The child deserves a better father than you. And you two cannot be together because obviously you can't get along.
I'm not going to do this. But now when the cops is caught, I'm going to make it worth my while. He said, if I go to jail and look, I swear to God, sir, I stood right here when y'all right now. He told me, if I go to jail, when I get out, I'm going to kill you. I said, oh, so you're threatening me? I'm going to die? He said, I'm going to kill you.
Knock. We didn't even hear anything.
Because I'm telling him, I'm like.
What's on Cameron Scott? All right, so what I can tell both parties is one of the issues with this case is he has prior motions to revoke. Am I reading that correct?
Yes, Judge. Those prior motions to revoke were years ago, some years back, 2020, I believe. And based on that revoke, he was placed on deferred adjudication in that case for 3 years, and that 3-year term is coming on. He's already successfully completed that term.
Okay.
During that motion to revoke, he was extended 5 years on this probation term.
Mhm.
So that's what happened with the motion to revoke, or the latest one.
So basically he has about 2 more years on this.
2027, Judge. We have sent, this is the 3rd request for early termination that we've sent in, one in February of 2024 and one in November of 2024.
All right. And State, have you reached out to the complainant?
We have, Your Honor.
And what is she requesting?
Your Honor, at this time, the complainant is requesting that the defendant remain on probation. We did speak to her about several instances that have occurred after these NTRs. One being very shortly after he was released from GPS on the NTR in 2021, he went over to the complainant's residence and was knocking on the door and stayed outside of her residence for quite some time.
What year was this?
It was in October or November of 2021 after the last NTR. They did not report that to the police because she did not want any more drama with the defendant and didn't want to just cause anything else. So she did end up just leaving that residence. And then last year, the defendant reached out to her on TikTok and sent emojis and changed his profile picture to her profile picture. And the complainant did tell us that it just seems like nothing has changed, and that he's going to continue reaching out to her and bothering her. Additionally, Your Honor, the state just looks at the defendant's criminal history.
Let me ask this. So let's go back to the TikTok thing.
Sure.
I don't know about TikTok and how it works really. So what's the proof that he did that?
Your Honor, I mean, I can have, I'm just proffering what the complainant has told me. If you would like to hear from the complainant, we can do that.
Well, I mean, I need some proof of things that are being said instead of just people saying it. I remember this case. I remember all the cases. And I remember this case in the very beginning, there was an issue with the complainant not being cooperative. And I understand when complainants are not cooperative, then they change their mind and different things happen. But if there are reports that just last year he was reaching out to her, then I need more than just somebody saying that. I need proof of that. So will you be able to provide proof, or if she wants to come in and give testimony, she can come in and give testimony?
Sure, Your Honor, she is available. She's ready right now to give testimony if the court would like to hear it.
All right. So do you have an attorney? No. All right. And you were given a court-appointed attorney previously? Yes. All right. So we will see that you have an attorney. Just one moment.
Are you setting that, Judge?
Um,
I'll always do this to get the attorney.
I'll probably do a court-appointed attorney.
now here's the thing. You have to be interviewed to see if you qualify. You just can't say.
I like to be interviewed.
All right. Ms. Ferguson, if you can see if he can be interviewed for an attorney.
Yes, sir.
All right. Good morning. Well, afternoon. So we're here for a restitution, so.
It was actually an early terminated.
Early. Okay. So it's for early term? Oh, because if it was restitution, I would always tell my clients, don't show up with a lot of jewelry when you're coming in here for restitution. All right. Court is calling 2017 CR 7952, State versus Cameron Scott. Do I have parties announced?
Rick Pena for the state of Texas.
Cornelius Scott, sole defendant.
And are you Mr. Scott?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. So you're here requesting early termination?
That's correct, Judge. And the two, in terms of court recollection, we were here I think about a week, 2 weeks ago. And their state indicated that the victim was going to protest against it.
All right. Is the complainant present?
Not present.
All right. So then with regards to early termination, probation, has he completed everything?
Yes, sir.
All right. So this is what I'm going to do in this case. First, I'm going to call you as a witness, Mr. Scott. Can you raise your right hand? You solemnly swear or affirm the testimony you give will be the truth and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, you can lower your hand, state your name for the record.
Cameron Steve Scott,
What have you learned?
learned to think before I do anything, and main thing I learned was to just keep my hands to myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I appreciate you putting me in those classes because I lost my mom in 2017 and I lost my way. And I know my mom wouldn't want me just going around just beating up people and stuff like that. So I appreciate you putting me in those classes, like the parenting classes, the anger management classes and all of that. I appreciate that.
All right, this is what the court is going to do, probation. I'm going to grant the early termination, but it will not go into effect until August 8th. And state that should give you enough time to reach out to the complainant to let them know that the court has granted the application for early termination. So your probation will end on August 8th. So if you still have to report, you still need to report until August 8th. Is there anything else from either side?
Mistake.
Don't come back here for this. All right, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay. 340. We're trying to make entry into the apartment. 335. We're making entry. Trying to kick open the door.
I hear you guys.
Break the window. You need to, yeah.
I'm there.
Say it's all police. Get down on the ground.
I'm not getting on the ground.
Get down on the ground.
Oh, cuz. What, for real? How? How? Nigga, you need to care about me on my mom's grave. Nigga, you need to care about me on my mom's grave. Get down, get my phone. Get my phone from her. Please. Man, y'all wrong, man. Y'all didn't even hear my side of the story.
11111, that's the
Y'all don't even hear what a nigga gotta say.
Get in. Calm down. We'll talk to you.
Nigga, I'm calm.
Calm down.
Shit. Get my fucking keys from her, my car keys. She got my shit.
Get in.
Get in the car. Let me go, cuz. The fuck off of me. Really, cuz? Who's that? He was in there when we came back. I knocked on the neighbors. I guess she did. I heard her screaming. Police! We want to talk to you.
Yes, okay.
There's glass all over the place. Are you okay?
I don't know, my knee hurt. You can come in.
You need EMS?
No, I don't.
What about your baby?
She's good. She shouldn't have seen that. Let me get my shoes on.
Where's his phone at?
Where is it? Where did he leave it at?
Oh, maybe
335 starts the wagon. He's already starting to kick the window out.
Can you put how's it going, baby?
No damage yet, though.
I'm gonna put that.
Right, a copy. Wagon's around to another location here.
I'm standing by the door. I'm trying to put her to sleep. Look at this.
Okay.
All broken.
So y'all been arguing all day.
He comes in, breaks
Ma'am,
everything.
Felicia,
What? How
What
is
EMS over there negative?
do you want, I need like a timeline.
This
I'm
just
helping you out.
happened.
You're arguing all day. He's over there. You have your daughter with you. You come in the room, I guess, to get away? Or?
Yes, to get away, because I'm trying to not be touched by him, because
So
that's
you
what he
close
does
the
when
door,
he's mad.
and y'all are still arguing?
No, I closed the door, and he's trying to get in. And I said, just leave, go over there. And he said, you're childish, this and that. And then he forced his way in here just to yell in my face.
So he
And-
broke the door, and
Yes.
then you started arguing here?
Yes.
And then?
Then he came to me, and I don't, when he gets like that, I don't say nothing, because I don't want to provoke him. So I stay quiet.
Is he on drugs or what?
No, he has anger issues. Do you see how he acts when
Well,
he's
he's
mad?
intoxicated.
We were having a drink, but he just had one drink, and that's one drink he had, and that's what I'm saying. Like he just gets when he calls his cousin, and when he starts talking to his cousin, he starts getting like talking about their family issues. That gets him mad. So that's why I told him. I said, if you're gonna act like this, you don't need to spend the holidays with me. You can leave.
So he comes in, and then?
And he comes and he starts yelling. And I said, you need to get away because I don't need to see you. Like, that's my daughter, and blah, blah. He's yelling in my face and she's crying. And I said, you need to go. You need to leave. And he said, I said, I'm going to call the cops. Oh, you're trying to put me in jail? Okay, you're going to put me in jail. I'm going to make it worse. So he comes, does all this stuff. I said, no, I mean, this is my shit. I paid for it.
What all this stuff?
All of this is not,
Okay.
this is the same thing he's done. That's why he has a record, because I think he changed and I want to give him a chance. But that's why I said, no, I'm not doing this no more, because now we have a kid. It's different now. I can't put up with this. This is everything that I pay for. He put no money in it, and it's my stuff messed up. Like, you know, like, I'm trying to give him a chance, but I'm wasting my time with somebody who acts like that. Like, you're a grown-ass man, 30.
How many times have they done this before?
Look at his record. 2017, and every time he's like, oh, I'm different, I'm not gonna do this. But now when the cops caught, oh, I'm gonna make it worth my while. He said, if I go to jail and look, I swear to God, sir, I stood right here when y'all were not. He told me, if I go to jail, when I get out, I'm gonna kill you. I said, oh, so you're threatening me? I'm gonna die? He said, I'm gonna kill you.
We knocked and we didn't even hear anything.
Because I'm telling him, I'm like,
Oh, we tried calling you back too.
no, my friend, and I told her, I was like, come in, and he threw me in here, and he closed the door.
Why would you text your friend and not police?
How can I text the police?
Will you text your friend?
Because he breaks my phone I have 3 phones in there that are broken over the years, because if he sees my phone when we're arguing, the first thing he's gonna do is break it. So I have to tell her, call the cops right now. This is my apartment number. And she did that. And that's why I told her, the cops didn't come, and I texted her again. I said, keep calling, because they're not coming. And finally, when I saw the cops coming, as soon as I saw the cop walk to the door, I came out the door. He was sitting right there. He said, did you call the cops? He was like this. Did you call the cops? It took 3 of y'all to take him down. What am I gonna do to him? You know, I can't, and I had the scissors. I'm not gonna lie. I stood right here, and I was like this. I said, move out of my way. And I didn't want to do that, but this is the only thing I felt, and I knew this was He had the door closed, and he was saying like this. And then he was like, oh, I'm gonna call my cousin. I'm gonna have people on you and all this stuff. I said, I don't care. It's not about, if I feel unsafe in my own house, like, what the hell? And you're letting her see all of this? Like, I can't do that no more.
After that?
After I opened, I said, let me out the door, because she woke up. She was asleep. So then I came over right here, and I went to the couch, and I was saying, come in. Nobody was standing there. Until y'all started knocking. And then he said, Felicia, tell him I didn't do anything. Tell him I didn't do anything.
Where was he standing at?
Right here. Like
You were
this.
here?
I was right here. And I said, tell him I didn't do anything. And I said, come in. I don't know if y'all heard that. I was like, come in. And he's like, Felicia, tell him the truth. I didn't do nothing. And then y'all broke the glass. And he was like, watch, I'm gonna fight them. They're gonna have to kill me. I said, I don't care. Like, you do what you gotta do. I want you out of here. That was it.
All right, this is what the court is going to do. As previously stated, the court has found violation of conditions 1, 1, and 17 true. Court's going to deny the motion, extend your deferred adjudication for 5 years. There's to be no unsupervised contact with any minor children until completion of parenting classes with compadre y compadre. And there's to be no contact with Felicia Guerra Villarreal for the remainder of this probation. And we're going to go off the record for acceptance. Let me explain something to both of you. Y'all are two adults. The only thing that little child is going to remember about her Christmas is the foolishness that y'all brought to her door. You screaming, acting crazy. And then in what world do you think the language you were using was appropriate to those officers?
No, I know it wasn't.
Well, how would you feel if one of them called you the N-word? I've had it up to here with people using that word and thinking it's okay. And I looked at the video, and your toddler is on the bed when officers come back the second time. That poor child has no idea what's going on. I'm sure if she could pray in voice, she would be saying, God, please, why do I have these two parents? Why do I have a father who's not acting right? And for people to tell me that you haven't harmed that child, that's not true. That child has been harmed emotionally because y'all want to play house. And so I'm going to end that right now. You are not going to have any contact with Felicia Guerra Villarreal. Y'all need to support your children. Get a job. Miss Villarreal, if you need child support from him, go and file a suit so you can get child support. But that child support is for that child. That's not for nails. It's not for hair. It's specifically for that child. I don't even want to see tears because this is a bunch of nonsense. Because your baby was crying that night because her Christmas was ruined. And then you're supposed to love her mother, but here she is on a video with her top torn and breast showing because of foolishness. The child deserves a better father than you. And you two cannot be together because obviously you can't get along. So I'm ending your relationship together. For the remainder of this deferred adjudication, there's to be no contact with her. You sending money for your child, you send it through child support. You want to have a visit with your child, if civilly it's allowed, you go through court orders. But you are not to have contact with her. That means no phone calls, no writing letters, no sending things on Valentine's Day, no presents, nothing. Do you understand me?
Yes, ma'am.
And that means also, if you want to send gifts to your child, you don't send it to her. And you don't send it to that address. You give it to whatever relative you want to give to. Maybe they can give it to your child, but it's not going through her. And I don't want to see either one of you coming back to this court asking for contact because it's not going to happen. And I don't know if you all are together or if you still live together. I don't know if you have clothes at her house or something at her house. I don't care. You are not going back over her house today. It ends. So when you leave this courtroom, you're not going back to her house. And she's in a vehicle. If she drove you here, you better take the via or call your aunt who can't follow instructions.
I'm getting my
That's the
daughter
problem
ready.
today. People not following instructions. People not following the law. People doing crazy nonsense. People ruining child's lives. That child is going to be forever harmed because of what happened on that day and what has happened before. And no child deserves that. And especially on Christmas.
and y'all running around acting crazy, and you got officers having to come in and wrestle you to the ground because you won't get on the ground when they ask you to. And what is that necklace you have on?
It's me and my mom.
Yeah. You know what? Your mom would not be proud of you right now. And the only thing that's being taught to your, stop crying, because, you know, I'm not buying that. The only thing that's being taught to your daughter right now is that it's okay for a man to come in her house and act crazy. And here she is on the screen, on the video, which I hope you watch, saying that you came to her apartment and it's stuff that she bought and you tore it up. Honestly, what do you think she learned from this? This night, this Christmas, what do you think she learned from this?
Pretty sure she was scared. She was just scared.
And that continues. So guess what? Not going to happen again. Because you're not going to have contact with Felicia Guerra Villarreal. So, you know, you can forget about that. And if you have contact with her, you are looking at being found guilty and you're looking at going to prison for 10 years. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
And let me say another thing to you. Before either of you gets into another relationship, each of you need therapy. You need therapy on how to be a man and keep your hands to yourself. You need therapy on have self-esteem and to know that you don't need a man to support you or your child, and don't accept less than. If you can't find somebody to treat you like a queen, then they need to be kicked to the side of the curb. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
I'm sure you would like for your daughter, when she gets older, if she gets married, she would marry somebody who treats her like a queen. Right now, she's dealing with a father who's not even treating her like the princess she deserves to be treated like.